welcome. On this episode, we do a 200-hour service on this John Deere D110. This is a guy's mower from across the way. He bought it 213 hours ago and has not done any maintenance. Hasn't even had an oil change. So what he wants me to do is change the mower deck drive belt, of course, oil, filter, air filter, spark plug. At the 200-hour service mark, you got to check the valve lash, which that's no big deal. We'll do that as well. And then, of course, we're going to sharpen the blades. So the first thing I'm going to do in this process is I'm going to blow this thing out. Looks like we got some mouse buildup on top of the cooling jacket, so we're going to pull this shroud off, make sure nothing's going on there. But yeah, let's dive right into it. Well, now that we got this done, let's check out this mess in the cowling. Unfortunately, with everything going on, I didn't actually film cleaning out this cowling. It was completely caked, but check out the rattle on these blades. We're under the John Deere D110 trying to figure out where this clattering sound is coming from. Right off the bat, I can tell we got bent blades. If you look at where the tip is here versus there, it's bent quite a bit. Let's go look at this other one. Well, I'd say there's our noise. Alright, well, let's zing these blades off and see what we got. So yeah, we're back here doing this 200-hour service on this John Deere. And the customer says this thing's never had an oil change. And I completely believe that. So it's a good thing we're here doing this. Once this gets done draining out, we'll pull the oil filter. While we're waiting on the oil to drain, let's go ahead and put our brand new Briggs & Stratton air filter in. This one actually has the pre-filter on it. Well, hell, that's easy enough. Now we'll change this oil filter. Of course, this is going to be a mess. It always is on things that have oil filters like this. Try to keep it from running too far back. Let's go get some brake clean and hose this off. Next, we'll install a genuine Briggs & Stratton oil filter. We'll dip the O-ring in oil. Tighten that by hand, just like that. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and pop the spark plug out. I'm sure it looks fine, but they call for it at the 200-hour service. It's a good thing we're changing it. Next thing we're going to do on this 200-hour service is lubricate the steering pivots. And the go ahead and hop over and do the other side. Now I'm not doing this in any particular order. It just seemed like an opportune time now that we got the front of this thing up in the air. Okay. That's probably monumentally better than it was. This one up here is truly a pain in the butt to get to, especially with the lifting strap there. But I think we got some grease on it, so it should be good. Let's go ahead and zip these blades on. Yeah, I believe this is how it goes. Okay. And we are not going to put our cup washer on upside down like the previous person did. Okay. Okay, so I dropped the front of the deck down. This is kind of a shortcut to access the top of the deck. To do that, you unhook this linkage here, you set it down, take the belt off, you take the belt off, and you just jack the front of the tractor up. So this gives us great access to the top of the deck. This drive belt doesn't look too bad on this deck, but the customer feels like it's stretched and he wanted a new one, so we're going to go ahead and change that. The next step we got to do is take these plastic covers off so we can get to the spindles, and we'll get that changed. There you go. There we go. There we go. Nice. All right. What do you think? Okay. I believe, if I remember correctly, it went like that. It was on there like that. Man, this thing's nice. Oh, let's see. Well, come on. Come on. ain't too bad. Okay, so this episode officially went off the rails. Now we need to change this drive belt. Now I'm going to try to do this without pulling the deck off. I think if I pull these idler pulleys off, I can get enough slop in the belt. I think I can fish it off of the transmission. Alright, so that plan's not going to work. We're actually going to end up taking the deck off this thing. I was really trying not to do that. Let me just put these pulleys back on real quick so I remember where they go. Whoops. Darn it. Okay. Just like the junk mail Cub Cadet, we got to get this crank pulley off. All right, the keys built into that. Okay. What? Are you kidding me? Here's a new one in the degree of unnecessary crap. Abby, get out of my face. Hang on. The belt, the steering shaft goes in between the belt. So now I gotta pull the frickin' steering shaft. What the crap? Oh, Abby. What do you think? What do you think, Abby? Oh, God. What do you think? No. Ah. Come on. All right, Abby. What do we gotta do to get the steering shaft out? Do we just take this nut off? Damn, I couldn't have planned that better in my life. Alright. Okay. Now does this shaft just pull up from the top? Oh, okay, that ain't too bad then. Okay. Beautiful. Now, so we decided that we were going to go ahead and take the stop off. So without further ado, the drive belt comes off. Isn't that amazing? And just think, we had to undo these pulleys to get it past these stops. We had to take the steering shaft out because it goes around the steering shaft. We had to take this off. Like, it's a pain in the butt. Isn't that right, Abby? Isn't that a pain in the butt? Is it a pain in the butt? It's a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt. Say hello to your fans. All right. All right, Abby. Before we call it a night, I'm going to check the valve lash. That's part of the 200-hour service. They really glued this puppy on. It's too loose. Okay, that feels pretty good. Okay. Alright. Let's check the exhaust. And that's too tight. Oh, that feels pretty good right there. Okay. Like I say, that still feels loose to me. Okay. Let's see how it feels for 7 thousandths. Yeah, okay. That's within tolerance. Okay, well, we'll scrape this gasket surface. We'll get this glued back on. Okay, let's put the new belt on. First thing we're going to do is loop it around the transmission without getting tangled up in the camera. Come on. Let me get set up here. Ooh. That's what we said we weren't going to do. Okay. Well, that's good enough to get it started. Now we'll come up to these tensioners. And if I remember correctly, it went like that. Okay. And we got to fish it up this pocket where the steering shaft goes. Of course, we got the steering shaft pulled out. Now that we got it that far, we'll just like that. Beautiful. Okay. Nice. Now we'll go ahead and tighten these idler pulleys. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is put the steering back together, so we'll go ahead and turn the wheels straight, and then we'll reinsert the steering shaft straight, like so. I'm having the problem of the steering shaft sliding up. Okay, like so. Okay, so here's the pain in the butt portion of this program. So this keeps the belt from hopping off, and it screws in like back, shoot. After much effort, I finally got that in. That's a pain in the butt. For anybody who wants to know, that's a 15 millimeter it takes to get that out. Well, anyway, let's set this thing down, get the deck back on, and call it a day. Okay, we're about ready to go for the first start since we adjusted the valves and changed the oil. We'll see how it does. Abby, are you excited that we got done with this John Deere 110? We're about ready to go take this thing back to the customer. This is another quality repair done by our garage. Feel free to like the video if you enjoy the content. Share it with any of your friends that might have a John Deere 110. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And we'll see you on the next episode of Abby Normal Garage.